been an odd morning, hasn't it, in many ways. I think I might be having some sort of an aneurysm. So we're with, I was going to say Reece Witherspoon then.
Yeah.
And loads of people would have found in and asked questions about the shape of her chin. But we're not with Reece Shearsmith of League of Gentlemen fame.
Yes,
Now, I don't mean to be in any way insulting. You're looking a bit clammy, Reece. You're sweating up a bit.
Right, yeah, well, that's because I hate the sun. And I just sweat in anger of it.
But isn't it beautiful? It's supposed to people get happier.
Well, people. I am odd, I think, but I hate it. I find it intolerable, insufferable. You just want to get out of it. I try and stay in as much as I can in a cool room.
My girlfriend's like this. She like rails.
I can't find anything good about it. What's good about it? You feel uncomfortable. You can't do anything because you just fag it out.
Yeah, well, leave it. I like the opportunity as a 52-year-old man to walk around in shorts and ankle socks because I know that the youth around me are appalled. And why should their life be endlessly fun?
When you can present to them what they're going to become.
Exactly. I actually carry a large sign that says "Coming Soon" as I walk around the West End. No, I do like it. I was in Greece recently. It was 39 degrees, would you believe?
What did you do?
Well, the brilliant thing is, like they do in all these countries, it's not very much.
Right, I see.
Because they get busy in the morning, and then about 12 they think, well, that'll do me for 3 or 4 hours. Yeah. And then everyone just does nothing, and there's something great about that.
Yeah, well, I think it's just...
it
makes me feel like I'm ill. That's what it makes me feel like. I find it
you must be a very fervent campaigner against global warming.
Yes, and that's the other thing, of course. Yeah, it's a nightmare, I think.
I'm afraid, Reece, it's going to get worse.
Yes.
And worse.
Well, I don't mind when it snows. I love the cold. I love winter. I love from September onwards.
That's because it's not
happy.
hot.
Yeah,
there's a logic to that. I think you'll find.
No, but I like Halloween.
But it's going to get hotter.
Yeah,
this is the tip of that's a terrible analogy.
Yeah,
it's not the tip of the iceberg, is it?
No,
it's the tip of the.
That's gone, melted away.
Yeah, that's gone. It's taken several poor polar bears with it. But hey, so you're going to a fete today. Is that right?
I am. Yeah, it's my children's school's summer fair today.
Sorry, I can't imagine you going there with
Who's doing the face paint? Are you doing the face painting?
I'm on the face painting stall for half an hour, yeah.
Can you imagine what those kids are going to look like afterwards?
Are they going to be going, Dave?
Next one, please. You're my wife now.
I might have to clap that.
I got a shot at that.
I love it.
Wow. Do you know I did a sitcom once, and we rehearsed for about 3 weeks, and then shot it for about 3 weeks, more than that. Perhaps the whole thing was 2 months. And you know when you hang around in a gang, you have a saying that you all, and we were all doing the voice. Right. You're my wife. I'm sorry, it's not very good, but mine's a bit more like Zippy from the radio.
Yes.
You're my wife now. Well, what do you think, George? And our whole period was doing that. Isn't it odd how you touch people's lives?
It is, yeah. I mean, that thing was such a strange... You would never have thought that would have latched on, in any way, shape or form. It was just a strange private joke.
In case you don't know it, well, can you describe it?
Well, she said it's Papa Lazarus.
Yeah, one of the characters in the League of Gentlemen was this strange kind of ringmaster circus clown freaky character that came into the town, and he had like a black minstrel face, but he had this incredibly deep, strange voice, and the revelation was he was taking people's wives away with them in this strange harem. It's very weird.
And they were all called
story.
Dave.
And he called everyone Dave, yeah. But that came from, and I've told this story hundreds of times, my landlord that I used to share a flat with, and he would never recognise me as being part of the tenancy agreement, so he would always ring up and talk to Steve, and if I answered the phone, he was like, "Hello, Steve." No, it's Steve there. No, I want to speak to Steve. So it was just that was the voice.
I could listen to the voice all day.
Absolute Radio.
You're my wife now.
Yes.
What's wrong? Well, can you give me any coaching on
It's
that?
not guttural enough. It needs to be.
Can I try it? Can I try it?
Go on.
You're my wife now.
Better.
A bit better, yeah.
And I like the sort of slight lesbian element. I think you missed
Gareth, you'll go.
You're my wife. No.
I didn't like the pause.
You took me by surprise.
Yeah.
We had an amazing... When me and my wife watched the first episode together, And I didn't know, but on like chat shows and stuff, and I think on morning TV they'd showed some of the clips. So with David and Maureen.
Yes.
So David, who's the son, who's into serial killers.
Yeah, and his mum was.
Yeah, and it's a very strange relationship where they're a bit too close, aren't they? And there's a bit where she's cleaning the dead skin off his back, and Laura had seen a clip of this before, and so just before we were watching it, and just before she said it. Maureen said it. Laura said, "I'll go and get the dustpan and brush," and then I said it as the character. Yeah, and it completely freaked me out.
That's weird. Go and fetch your dustpan and brush. I've got half your back between my legs.
See, I feel they're getting a taster. The people who haven't seen it are being drawn in.
Catch up. I need to do a quick catch up for you.
So, I was going to ask you what else you've got, but you've already told me you've got secret things coming up.
Yeah,
you can't talk about. You did art, didn't you, in the West
I did,
End?
and so did you, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Which character did you play?
I was Ivan.
Oh, I was Ivan.
Yeah,
as well.
I saw you. I actually saw you.
Oh God, and you still did it.
Yeah.
I bet you thought, well, actually, that's quite easy.
Well, anyone
to do.
could do this.
Exactly. No, you were quite right. A lot of sort of non-actors were brought in to play that part.
Yeah, it was good though. It was that hard speech.
Don't
wasn't
say
it?
that. That sounds like he's not an actor, and he is an actor.
No, I meant me.
Oh, okay.
I meant me.
He's been self-depreciating.
So protective of the guests you are, not of me in any way, of course.
Did you enjoy doing your time as an actor?
Well, I did really like it because it was a proper play.
Yeah, really good play.
And they all said to me, "You're not going to start improvising, are you?" and stuff like that. Because when a comedian turns up, they think he's going to be turned into the crowd and going, "Well, what do you think of that, ladies and gentlemen?" But no, I took it incredibly seriously. And 3 months is a good period to be in.
Absolutely, yeah, and short. It was short, no interval.
Yeah, exactly.
Great,
and you had Mondays off, and it was it had all the good things about acting. Time off, not very long. Like that. I found on a Wednesday matinee we could do it an hour and a quarter.
That's right. Yeah,
straight through at a gallop.
Yeah. Yes, I did do the producers. Yeah, that was tough. That nearly killed me. That 2.5 hours leaping around, singing and dancing on stage. I was Leo Bloom in the producer.
It's a great part, though.
Great part. Yeah, I loved it. I really loved doing it.
Oh, and all those dancing girls.
Yes, fantastic.
Yeah,
it made you feel very cool and kind of with the breeze, not cool.
Oh, so it made me feel very hot.
Yes, well, it would you, yes.
Yeah, oh, would you?
You just like the heat.
I do. Well, that's it. It's very quick and thingy, but can I just say again, watch Psychoville. It's 10 o'clock. It's Thursday nights on BBC
yes,
Two.
Do watch it. And you're proof that you can get into it, even though it's...
And I'll tell you what's brilliant about it. It's a lot of television is quite the same, whereas Psychoville feels really different, and well done to you for creating that.
Thank you, yeah. No, we're very pleased with it, and it is, there's a lot of care gone into it, and I hope that, and apparently that shows. That's great.
My wife.
Nah, that was the way you did it.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
Absolute Radio.
He was lovely, wasn't he, Reece?
I really liked him.
Yeah, we liked him. I thought he'd be violent and frightening. But no, he's a really nice chap. I look forward to seeing him again in 12 years. Have we had any feedback from what I now like to call my friends out there?
Well, we've got some great keyring stuff. You're doing readings for people from their keyrings.
Well, we've had some positive responses to that. I think I could. If Derek Acora can make a living out of quite simply making things up.
It's cold reading, isn't it? It's
By the way, if any fans of Derek Acora listening, I seriously believe he does just makes things up. Okay.
Chrissy Cooper from London, right? This is a good one for you.
That was my apology, just in case there's any legal problems.
Just to clear things up. Chrissy Cooper says, my keyring has a pink and blue ribbon, a guardian angel, an England rugby motif, and a trolley token. What do you make of that?
Pink and blue ribbon.
Yeah.
So she's a bisexual sports fan.
Guardian angel.
Yeah. Guardian angel suggests that she is worried about the modern world and the way it's going. And I think the supermarket trolley is... There's a Dale Winton theme that I'm not prepared to.
England rugby motif?
I think... I don't like people who like rugby. I've gone off.
So...
Get rid of that bit.
Someone you don't
It was
like.
so harsh. You can't just dismiss someone because they
No, I
like
like her.
rugby.
What's she called again?
Chrissy Cooper.
I didn't mean that, Chrissy Cooper. But I don't like rugby. I associate rugby with men with posh accents and thick necks going, "Oi, bazimba, zimba, zimba, oi, bazimba, zimba," and being sexist and generally not very pleasant. If there's any rugby fans listening, Yes, I do think that about Rocky. That's another apology out the way. I think, you've got to keep an eye on not offending people.
Mo's keyring is a battered red heart with most of the paint chipped off.
Well, I think that kind of basically speaks for itself, doesn't it? She's a very, very down-at-heel butcher. Specialising in offal.
Hey, Frank, someone suggested a pet that I can have.
Oh, go on.
It's a dog called a Shiba Inu, and apparently it's like a fox. And she says, this lady, Rose in Hertfordshire, says they make a fantastic noise called the Shiba Scream. I like the sound of that.
The Shiba Scream?
Yeah.
Because if you ever heard a fox scream in the night?
Dreadful.
I love it. I love that noise.
I heard one the other night going, help! Help! I looked out and I saw Emily getting into the boot of a car. Holding in the other hand a small velour three-piece suit on a coat hanger. I can tell you I was completely startled.
And a pot of wax.
Yes, indeed. A pot of wax. I feel we've come to the end of what I like to call our tether. It's been a very different morning, but I love doing this show. I'd do a 24-hour charity version of this show, in which every link I spoke in a different language. Don't hold me to that, by the way, if the bosses of Absolute are listening. It's been me, Frank Skinner, and Joe Russell is coming up next, so stay around for that. Thanks, Em and Gareth. I don't know why. Thank you, being paid. It's been beautiful. This is Green Day. No, it isn't. That was Green Day. Oh, it's all going so well. I've spoiled it at the very last hurdle. It's like Devon Lock in the Derby. If you don't know about that, Google it. It's is it We Are the People by Empire of the Sun, or is it Empire of the Sun by We Are the People? I feel I now betray my lack of knowledge of modern music. Anyway, you just take that. It's an anagram of what it is. Good day to you.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio. Absolute Radio.